White men are the mental health problem in this country. Jim Crow, white men. Slavery, white men. Segregation, white men. Concentration camps for Asian Americans in the late 30s and early 40s. 1,800 people died. How many black people were hung from trees? 8,000. Let me guess. Oh yeah, once again, white men. The gun violence? 98% are men. 84% are white men. U.S. citizens. I see a trend. How about the Middle Passage where 1.2 African Americans died? Oh yeah, once again, white men. Why was the Second Amendment written? Let me think. So black people couldn't have their freedoms. So the white men could once again control them. Who's in the White House? An adjudicated rapist, convicted felon white man. Wow, I see a trend. But somehow Americans are just begging to blame a trans person, a non-white person. See, what happened to George Floyd is symbolic of what's happening in this country. The white man putting his knee on the neck of a non-white person and sitting there in broad daylight with the balls to say, who's going to stop me? And that's what we're seeing right now. So that's the question that we need to ask ourselves as a fucking country. Who's going to stop them? Because I'm just one person here. Now, I don't know about you, but I got friends and family that are sitting behind the white privilege, and I want nothing to do with them. Not because of who they are, because their lack of action. Martin Luther King said, history is going to remember not the people that did bad things, but the good people that stood by and did nothing. Because once again, the white man is hiding behind their privilege while everybody else is getting treated like absolute fucking garbage. Because it doesn't affect me. You don't even want to go on a general strike to stop fascism. Oh, I can't work. Oh, I got a job. White man is the mental health crisis in the United States of America. It has been since day one. When you look at the majority of them, what do you see? A bunch of insecure little wannabe alpha males with small penises that need big trucks and guns to feel like a real man. That's the real problem, is toxic masculinity. That the white man feels unable to shit on everyone's rights just because of how they look. It's ironic, isn't it, that they demonize black people because they're black on the outside, and yet their hearts are black on the inside. Isn't that ironic? And every single time we see a mass shooting, they're just salivating on the white supremacist red hatters to say, oh my gosh, it was an immigrant, it was a trans person, it was a gay people. 84% of gun violence is white men. But when it happens, like at the church the other day, what happens? Oh, thoughts and prayers. But what happened with the racist podcaster? Oh, they were just dying for it to be somebody on the left so they can just blame somebody else. A white man. The Catholic, the church yesterday. A white man. 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 Ahmaud Arbery. Guess what? 3 white men that chased out a black guy. Breonna Taylor. Oh, a white cop. Again and again and again and again and again. It's the same demographic. White men are the problem in this fucking country. And until we address the real mental health epidemic, which is white supremacy, built on white men controlling people, because that's how this country was designed. For 21-year-old land-owning white men to shit on everybody else. This country was designed to benefit my demographic, and that is not okay. That is the original sin of this country. And until we address it, we will never be a great country, and we haven't been a great country. And if you don't like that, then you can ship.
When white men do things in the media, it's made about their political affiliation. When everybody else does it, it's made about their race. Whether it's made about being an extreme leftist or an alt-right, it's always about the political affiliation, and no indictment is all about religion, even if they cite religious and or reasons around race for what they did.
It'll be an Arab, Black Lives Matter, a Muslim, anybody from another country. Oh man, the entire group is going to be indicted, but when it's a white man, it's made all about individuality. As a matter of fact, you're seen as an exception to the rule. I don't talk about it, but there's a bunch of categories in terms of criminality that white men dominate at, but they're not racially profiled as such.
Despite making up only 28% of the U.S. population, FBI data shows that white men are 55% of kidnappers, 56% of that, 58% of that, 59% of that, 62% of those, 63% of those, 68% of those, 75% of those. But we don't do any racial pathology on those bodies. The power of transcendence, privilege, and preference, Education is elevation.
We talk about how ironic it is that the right demonizes people of color when the only time I feared for my life has been around a white man. I get so many hate comments like these few here. Most of the time I just write it off as immature, angry men, but the times that I've genuinely been scared that violence was going to be inflicted upon me have been white men. Not to mention that a lot of domestic violence as well as many mass shootings are committed by white men. There are going to be people in any demographic that commit crimes, but the fact that the right focuses so intensely on the single crime that a person of color commits is so dishonest. Some of the craziest things that have happened to me since I started posting is that I've gotten my account banned because white supremacists mass reported me for being underage, which I'm clearly not. They found my phone number and leaked it, so I had to change my phone number. They tried to get me fired by contacting any school in Chicago to see if I worked there. There was even an online page to see who was calling which school. I've literally been called a race traitor and told that I will be lynched along with POC. So no, people of color aren't the problem here. It is white men, and that's why I make the content I do. They prove it to me more and more every single day why it's necessary.
I think the most peaceful people are definitely the people who, you know, founded and created America, or white people. So
Oh my god!
why is
Holy
that so why is
shit.
that so laughable?
No, it's incredibly laughable because of just like how incredibly wrong it is. Like I don't know. It's like what like a fucking cope, dude. Like I'm so sorry that for whatever reason you hate yourself so much to the extent where you got to look at your skin, recognize it's white, then attempt to construct an argument to think that you're more valuable and peaceful, quote unquote, than other individuals. I mean, it's just like totally like white supremacist rhetoric. You know, it's funny because you said the most peaceful individuals are specifically the individuals that founded America. You understand the white people that colonized America engaged in the genocide of close or over 100 million indigenous Americans, right? They killed so many indigenous Americans that the CO2
100
levels on planet Earth went down. There was a noticeable drop of the CO2 levels on planet Earth following the genocide of indigenous Americans that's committed by the white colonizers, that the CO2 levels on Earth went down.
Okay, are they doing that still?
Are they doing that still? Oh my god. Oh, guys, no, listen, white
I mean,
people,
okay, if
white people, they're so peaceful, man. White people are so peaceful. I understand that they genocided 100 million indigenous Americans in the colonization of North America. Well, they killed them all, so they're not killing anymore. Meaning that, well, they're peaceful now. They're peaceful now. Oh God, dude,
right, but
I just
Dean, I
can't
just want to
believe
say
this shit.
our generation.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Let's be honest, when people talk about mental health problems in America, they really don't talk about what what white men has done, from police brutality, from mass shootings, from slavery, racism online. These are some of the actions that these people have done that have been kinda discomfort, they have led to discomfort of kinda black Americans or the black people in America. And you find out sometimes when a white man does a crime, they say he had a mental health struggle, but once a black man does the same as done a crime as well, they are called criminal, or they are put as criminal records, and you're left wondering, why are they not having equality among us, these people, despite them coming from different race, despite them not being from the same origin? Like, these are the whites and these are the black, and why are they not kind of portraying equality amongst others? Because sometimes you find out that these white men are struggling with fear. They are fearing to be outnumbered, or they are fearing to be minorities. They are portraying hatred. You're wondering why are these people doing some actions which are projecting emotional, which are showing emotional projection, because they are kind of not ready to heal of some things that they did. They are kind of not ready to be sorry, or they're not ready to take accountability. You are like, where you're supposed to, they are raised in an environment whereby they believe they are the people in power, they are in control, they have the white privilege or the white supremacy. So they are like, I'm not supposed to be doing that, or I was not there when something was done. That means they're not ready to heal, they're not ready to learn something, and they're not ready to be accountable of some actions that were done by their ancestors, not even if it was done when you're not there and you are kind of related to a person who did this issue. I guess you're supposed to kind of change, because when something is bad or something is wrong, it's literally wrong. But I feel some people are having fear. They're not ready to speak out of what is happening to them because they are kind of fearing, what if these people do something more worse of what is happening? I feel like that is what is really affecting some of the people. They're not ready to speak out. They're not ready to say what they're going through. And I feel fear will, or once you let fear to overcome you, you will never get out of a certain situation, or you will never defeat some actions that you feel they're not right. I think it only takes courage, you to speak out, you to express yourself, because you find out that some whites are really are really being honest. They are really speaking honest, or they are portraying honesty to their fellow whites by saying what their fellow are doing are not right. But you find there are still some people who are stuck in what they know, or what they were taught by their mothers, or they were taught by their parents. They're stuck there. They're not ready to change. They're not ready to learn. They're not. I feel like America will not only be built by the white men. Definitely, it takes unity between among the people who are there for it to grow, for it to be better. I don't know what to feel about this issue. Do you really think white men are the problem, or they are the people leading to mental health problems in America? You can just tell me in the comment section what you think about this issue, because sometimes I feel like Black Americans are the people who have gotten to experience this emotional instability in the hands of white men. What they went through in the hands of white men, it's kind of affecting them. I really don't know what to think about this in the comment section. For me, I think Black Americans are the people who have gotten to experience this thing one-on-one or face-to-face with these people, and we are sorry for what they went through. And I really don't know what you think in the comment section. You can tell me what you think about this issue of white men. That's all I have to say about this episode, and I would really like to thank you so much for watching this video up to this point. Thank you so much for clicking to today's episode, and if you've liked the video, you can just consider giving it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time coming across my videos, you can consider supporting my channel by just subscribing. And I'll also like to read your thoughts in the comment section. Let us interact and get to understand this concept. So thank you so much. Let's meet on the next episode. Bye.